Video by Frostadamus. 7 helpful add-ons that you'd better use now. Season of Discovery, Classic WoW. I'm just gonna give this one a pre-like. Just pre-liking the video. Come on, boys. Let me just make sure it's not muted. Unmute the tab. And let's check it out, shall we? Let's get right into it. Hopefully there's some add-ons here that I don't have so I can improve my add-on list. Because I feel like I have way too few add-ons. Actually, I have way too many. But I need to like disable some and get some new ones. Because I haven't downloaded a brand new add-on in a long time. So let's see what he has to say. I'm gonna make a prediction. RestedXP will be there somewhere.
Nation of add-ons that will make your gameplay smoother, cleaner, and more useful.
Whew.
Our previous add-on video did so well, it received 1.3k likes with a 97% ratio, which led me to believe you guys...
That is a 93% parse. Yo, that's nice.
Really enjoy this type of content. Smash the button if you find an add-on you like, and let me know in the comments down below which one. And with that being said, let's get right into it, shall we?
We shall.
Trail is a pointer enhancing add-on. As you can follow my pointer into the game, you can see that it leaves circles behind and also snowflakes. It does have a frost aura. This is set up for my mage. The reason why you might want one add-on like this is if you use cursor macros. First and foremost, you can see where you place your frame strike, straight up, or blizzard, frost traps, mass dispels, and so on. It's much easier to pinpoint your cursor, and if you put a nice color, you can see it under frost traps, under damage, under fire things, and it's much easier to see your cursor. Now the add-on has a lot of settings. This one I like for my frost mage, but there are a lot of defaults which you can change. You have like lightning, you have like a smaller lightning, a different one. Most of them you can see that white,
different one.
They have a color which is quite visible. But from here you can change the scale, for example. You can put even a 400 if you really want to, but you don't need that big, obviously. You can increase the shadow. Let's put it here like 100. You can increase the shadow 100 if you would like to see it more dark, especially if it's a frost trap and you want to hover over a frost trap to drop another one. That would be great as well. But usually I keep it at 30. The opacity as well, if you want to more translucent or not. It does have things with circles. It does have things with color for different classes, for warlocks, for... It doesn't matter. In order to open the menu, you do /CT in game. It has a lot of custom...
Is this a needed add-on? I mean, it's a helpful add-on though. I mean, personally, I think I like this one. Considering it says 7 helpful add-ons you'd better use now. This is pretty helpful, man. It makes it easier to keep track of like where your mouse is on the screen by adding more particles, I suppose. And I really like the fact that you can customize this and add colors, different colors. So I can have like a blue color on my mage, a purple on the warlock, and just have different colors for my different classes. If I can customize that like in the add-on, so I don't have to do it every time, that'd be perfect. Or just like have a option called class color.
Customization, it's one of the easiest options to navigate from all the add-ons I've seen so far. Let's move to the next add-on. How many times your bag gets full and you don't have space to loot your epics?
This one is nice. I have this one.
You're in a raid. It seems like due to the lack of big bags, we don't have enough space to organize our bags. The next add-on is coming in handily. It's called DJunk. If you press I, you're going to see the inexpensive items in your bag, and if you press here destroy next items, is going to destroy them based on the value, which is the cheapest one is going to get destroyed first. As you can see here, we have some moonberry juice. This is because we add it manually. The add-on itself by default only prioritizes gray items. So if I press here a button, destroy next item, automatically it's going to destroy. And we can also set a keep binding for this, but I'm going to show you exactly how to do soon. So now I suddenly made like 1, 2, 3 spots, 4 spots. However, if you go to settings here, right click into DJunk, you can add manually items which you want to destroy. So I added moonberry juice and I also added solid stones because they're really inexpensive on the auction house. Maybe it's not the greatest idea to destroy them, but I destroy them anyway. So the way you add
solid stones,
you press here add item, and you need to add the item ID. If you don't know the item,
you destroy solid stones? My friends, I'm here. Give them to me, man. Like, I will happily take those off you. Yeah, I'll be helpful. I can be your DJunk. Just give me those solid stones, man.
ID, if you go to a Wowhead page, above in the link is going to be an item ID. Usually it's formed from 4 or 5 or 6 numbers. So if you go here, I have another add-on, ID tip, which shows me the ID of the weapon. For example, this mace, ID item 4021. If we put here item ID.
If you're using TSM, by the way, and you're looking to make strings, this add-on is really nice to have. It gives you the item ID, so you can import that instead of like always trying to find the exact item on the auction house, which if you're looking for a green item of fire resistance or of frost resistance or something like that, super handy to have. I can't really think of why it would be useful if you don't have TSM, so like let me see what is it for DJunk? We're importing the add-on for DJunk. Yeah, you're transporting item IDs in DJunk, okay?
4021, and we do import. It's going to apply here, and automatically, if it's less expensive, it's going to be prioritized here. So right now I'm gonna right click it, so I remove it. This one it sells for 70 silver. Obviously I don't want to do it. On top of that, if you do /DJunk keybinds, or just go to options, it's going to open the keybinds option, and here I set up a toggle junk frame, which you press on one keybind, and this is going to open the junk, and you can manually do the destroy, or if you don't want to open, you just keybind a key to destroy automatically the cheapest item, and that's it, basically. A really cool add-on, and it works great with ID tip, like I show if you want to find the ID of the items. Now let's move to the next item. Sometimes we might not have enough slots on the action bars to put all of our spells, our items, our consumables. This is where an add-on like ring menu comes in handy. With a press of a key, the menu will pop at your mouse pointer, and you can add anywhere from 12 to 24 extra action bars in a circle. So the way this works, you pop it and then it pops, you click on the spell you have there, and then it disappears automatically. You can use it for hunters to put all your trackings, you can put it for mage to put all your portals and extra spells, professions, conjure water and so on, or you can use it for whatever you want.
Okay.
If you go to options, you're gonna see here that there are a couple of things you can increase. You can increase the size of the buttons, you can go from 12 all the way to 24. They're gonna be a bit stacked, but then you can increase the radius of the ring menu all the way to making it like half of the screen. You have a backdrop color. I use it dark in case I don't have any spells, so I can see what it is, right? So usually I keep it at 100%, and I got used to it to play with 12 of these, but in the future probably I'm going to increase the number. We have a keybind here, which you use to open it and close it, the same one, or you close it just by clicking a spell. This is one of the coolest add-ons, and it's going to save you a lot of space. You only need on the main auction bars the spells that you actually need in PvP and in damage dealing and so on. Rest of them can be hidden, and this is quite a useful add-on. Now let's move to the next one. Nrunning is an add-on that is going to allow you to keep track of whatever you want. Dots, shields, slows.
I have that one.
You name it, it's gonna be there. You can create custom ones for trinkets and so on. As you can see right now, I don't have a line for Frostfire aura. That's okay, because you can go to options, add-ons, Nrunning. You can click down here, you go to spell list, and under the spells here we have a new spell. You have to get the spell ID. For example, 401, 502. It's the spell ID for Frostfire Bolt. We're going to save this, close, and we're going to pull another mob. And now we should track the spell Frostfire Bolt as well. There we go. We have it above the target frame. In order to create a new item, you just have to find the spell ID. So how do you find the spell ID? Well, it's quite simple. You go to Wowhead and you click on a spell. For example, I want to get on the new item, which is not yet in the add-on. I go to the use effect here from the miniaturized combustion chamber. And on here, you can see this number. This is the spell ID, 435167. Copy. And since this is a global item, I'm going to go back to options, Nrunning. I'm going to create a global spell for the trinket because I'm going to use it on all of my characters. This way it's going to appear on all of my characters. And I'm going to do save. And now, close. And we should have the evocation or the trinket cooldown above the frame or wherever you want to put it, because you can move it and put it everywhere you want. That's pretty neat. Another way to find spell IDs, it's with another add-on that works great with Nrunning. It's called ID Tip. If you hover over a spell or over a dot, you're going to see the spell ID. For example, for Mage Armor, the spell ID is 6117. I don't have it right now here, but if I would want to add it, I would create a new spell in the options and I would add that ID into the spell list for my mage. Now, here you have a lot of things. You can unlock it. You can drag it wherever you want. I like to keep it here so I can see them. You have options to lock. You can use different fonts, different bar ideas, and different length and everything. It's very easy to customize. And you can use it basically with every spell that is in the game. You just have to find the ID at it. I've been using this a lot when I farmed Uldaman with my hunter, and people have been asking a lot about it. So if you see that any spells are missing for your class, just add them manually and customize it however you want. Now let's move to the next add-on. Ox is an auction house add-on with a nice UI, with favorite searches, with recent searches, with a nice way of posting the items, but also an UI that it's easy to understand, and it has nice and big fonts. By the way, the font that I'm using for this UI is called Prototype, if you want to get it as well. As you can see here, you have a filter builder where you can search the items easily. You also have the history of the items searched right here. You can check the Pendulum of Doom was 1900. If you want to post something, sometimes when you post items, it only shows like 50 or plus items. I'm not sure exactly why. I think it's limited by my settings. But for example, I would not sell for 942 the Mage Wave, as yesterday I sold for 12 silver. I'm going to check how many exactly are listed for 9 silver. As you can see here, there's a discrepancy. There are only like 6 or 7 stacks with 9 silver. So I'm gonna post mine for about 12 silver each. We have 420, and we're going to post for 12 silver, 08 copper. And here we're gonna put 12 silver as well. We're gonna post 21 stacks. I want to get the most out of my auctions. On top of that, the add-on has a tooltip option where you can show a variety of items, such as vendor price. You can show the auction house vendor. You do have to scan it daily to be accurate. You can show the disenchant value or even the disenchant distribution. There are a couple of commands. If you go to the add-on link, you're going to see all of the commands there. I've been using this add-on for more than 7 years now, and although there are better auction house add-ons out there like TSM 3, this one...
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I use TSM and I'm very happy with TSM, and this just looks like TSM Lite. It might be like a little bit easier to use, but literally if you're just buying and selling, TSM is really easy. You don't even have to use strings. Just like search up items, use TSM, and scroll. This really looks like TSM Lite. I'm sad to say, like, I would rather use TSM, and even if I had no knowledge of how to use TSM, I would still use TSM. It's a pretty good auction house add-on to have.
It's more than enough for my quick needs to list some items on the auction house and to easily play the auction house when gold is needed to be made. Now let's move to the next add-on. Do you know what scrolling combat text is?
Yes, I have that one. Yes,
yeah. This is the same kind of add-on but for items.
Yeah.
How does this one works? This will show all the items you pick as a scrolling loot text. Right there
really
above
nice.
Your character, with the number and value of the item, but also the color and the rarity of the item in the font. A lot of people ask me about this add-on. It's called scrolling loot text. This add-on does exactly what it says it does. It does have a couple of commands. You can add honor if you want to see honor as a scrolling loot text. You can also increase the scale of the item set so you can see better. Just do the command /slotty scale 0.6, 1.7, 2.5, see whatever works the greatest for you. And you also can do /slotty test to see how it would look. Pretty simple. Let's move to the next one, which is connected with this one. Improved Loot Frame is an add-on that condenses all the loot into one page when using the Blizzard default loot frame. Instead of having 3 items per page, and then keep pressing next until you get to the last item. Using these items will allow you to see better what's on a boss, but also on chests. When you loot a chest, sometimes there's so many items that are like 5 or 10 potions, herbs, items, and cloth and so on, and bolts of cloth, and then you can see everything into one single page. On top of that, I'm not sure exactly, but I think it attaches the loot window to your cursor on the game. So wherever you have the cursor, that is where the loot window will be pinned. I'm not sure if this is from the same add-on because I looked over the add-on description, but somehow my loot is attached to my cursor, and I think this is the only explanation. Let me know in the comments if after installing this add-on your loot window is also attached to the cursor. And a quick shout out goes to RestedXP. They have the best leveling guides step by step on the market. Season of Discovery, Cataclysm, Wrath of the Lich King, Dragonflight, you name it, you're gonna find it here. It's gonna help you level way faster than conventional.
I called it, man. My prediction came true. Absolutely insane. I do love RestedXP though. I use it all the time.
Way. It's free 1 to 20, and if
Speaking of, that was really good in Phase 1. You could basically use it for free the entirety of Phase 1. And even now, you can use it for free in level 1 to 20, see if you like it. And if you like it, you can actually like buy the full version, of course. And it really helps you out in the Season of Discovery. It's great.
By any chance in the future you want to upgrade to a full version, use my link in the description down below and my code Frostadamus for 5% off. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, smash like, and given the fact that you're still watching the video, you might be interested in my second YouTube channel, Frostadamus TV. There's going to be a link right here on the screen, and you can easily find it in the description of the video right under the Twitch link. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoy Phase 2, and may you be blessed by the gods of RNG. Until next time, stay frosty. Bye bye!
Do the thing. Yeah, there we go. Do the thing, man. That was a good video. I love the ending, man. It's great. Yeah, 7 helpful add-ons you better use now. That was good. Yeah, I did get a couple of add-ons there. Mainly for me it was Cursor Trail, like the first one he talked about. Ring Menu, I don't have that one, so that's like another one for me. And then it was the scrolling loot text. I do think I said I have that one. I don't think I actually do. I have the scrolling combat text, which is different, but it's the same thing, but different. So I have scrolling combat text, I need to have the loot text, and then I also kind of want to have the improved loot frame. So overall, 4 out of 7 was brand new to me. Well, like, add-ons I don't have. So yes, thank you. I really appreciate that, Frost, and the good video as well. I will leave the link so you can check it out as well if you don't want to have me like talking over it. So you can check out the entire video, and go show Frost some love, of course. That was a good video. I was not expecting to find 4 new add-ons in one video, man. I was not.